the girl pretended she didn't know how to shuffle. She deliberately scattered the playing cards in her hand across the table. Seeing this scene, the three opponents laughed in triumph. They believed the girl had no idea how to play poker. Little did they know they were celebrating too early. Because the girl was the legendary successor of the gambling god. Any cards dealt from her hand, she remembered the number on each one. To conceal her identity, she continued to play dumb. After dealing the cards, she feigned ignorance and asked what to do next. Upon hearing this, the three concluded the girl was destined to lose. So they explained this most basic rule to her. When the girl heard that triple A's were the highest hand, she immediately bet $10,000 in chips. At this sight, the three were stunned into silence. A thug nearby hurriedly pulled down the rolling shutter. After all, it was so rare to have a fool show up here. They absolutely could not let the girl get away today. At that moment, the young man flipped over the three cards the girl had dealt him. When he saw his whole cards were JJJ, he was instantly overjoyed. To avoid arousing suspicion, he pretended to be calm and called the $10,000 bet. Only then did the girl realize she had forgotten to look at her cards. She tried to retrieve her $10,000 bet, but she was stopped by the young man's mother. The woman said once you bet, you can't take it back. Because her whole cards were 3 Qs, she unhesitatingly called the $10,000 bet. Then the young man's father looked at his cards too. When he saw they were 3 Ks, he could barely contain his excitement. He also called the $10,000 bet. Next came the second round of betting. After looking at her cards, the girl bet another $10,000. Seeing this, the girl's father and grandfather grew very anxious. They worried that the girl didn't know how to play and would lose all their money. Little did they realize that it was all a trap the girl had set on purpose. All three think they're holding the biggest card in the deck. No matter how the girl bet, they would always call. Because gamblers subconsciously want to go all the way with their opponents. Seeing that the three had let down their guard, the girl decisively pushed all her remaining chips in. Seeing this, her grandfather nearly had a heart attack. If she loses, the girl not only loses the property demolition money, but also has to marry the guy as her wife. The young man believed his 3 Js were the best hand, so he confidently shoved all his chips in. Then the couple also pushed all their chips in. This left the young man very puzzled. They had agreed that whoever had the highest hand would continue betting. He never expected his parents to go all in. The young man guessed that they must all have good cards. Sure enough, when the three revealed their cards, everyone exclaimed in disbelief. They never expected the cards dealt by the girl to be so high. At this point, the girl was still pretending to be afraid, until they saw the girl reveal 2 A's in a row. Everyone was struck dumb with astonishment. If her whole cards were 3 A's, then she would win all the chips on the table. No one expected that the girl, who appeared clueless about poker, would win the game with the highest possible hand of 3 A's. Even the villagers said they had never seen such a scene in their lives. The grandfather and father, seeing this, were overjoyed. Little did they know that the girl possessed a photographic memory. Since childhood, her mother had taught her how to play poker. As long as she watched the shuffling process, she could recognize every single card.